What the heck is a pro forma? And do you need to do one as a heroic small business owner? Hey, it's Scott Beebe, the head coach, the founder of the Business on Purpose podcast, and we're here for one reason, my friend, and that's to liberate you from the chaos of working in your business. Hey, we're in the midst, I thought I'd bring you into our business a little bit. We're in the midst of continuing to build, to try and find ways to serve you, to liberate you, the small business owner, from the chaos of working in your business. And we're building out and expanding our 4 Steps to Business Freedom group coaching program. Powerful opportunity. And in doing that, we're also beginning to really integrate other coaches, really powerful, well-trained. Most of you don't know, over the past year and a half, I have met with a small group of coaches on Monday mornings, and I have been training and coaching them, and we've been training and coaching ourselves, and really growing and building a powerful, powerful team to try and serve you, the heroic small business owner. And we didn't want to just kind of do it haphazardly. We did it in such a way to where it's very thoughtful, very mindful, and so you have a predictable experience of liberation. Now, in doing that, here's how the conversations a lot of times go, because I've been in these rooms when these things happen. Hey, what price point should we put on this service or product? What about, and I'm just making up a number, what about $1,500? Yeah, man, that'd be awesome, man. You'd crush it if you did $1,500. Yeah, I guess I would. And inside your mind as a small business owner, you're thinking, would I? I don't know. Would I? And so what we've done with our pro forma for the 4 Steps to Business Freedom group coaching, because we're going to be compensating coaches, and we've got team members to compensate and pay. We've got taxes to pay and software to pay, and there's a lot of expense that goes into it. So what we did is we wrote out a list of all the expenses that we could think of. Now you might be thinking, golly, how would I find a list like that? Well, if you've got your master process roadmap, which if you've been through the 4 Steps to Business Freedom group coaching course, obviously you've got that, but it is literally a list of every process that exists in your business. And if you've got a visual map like that, you'll be able to go through and go, oh yeah, we've got software expense for that, we've got a monthly charge for this, and you begin to walk through and really see what those expenses are, and so you write those down in the category of fixed expenses. Then you write down a category of some variable expenses. Now, there's a third category that we've written down, and it's called percentage expense. Now, within the fixed expenses, we've also included our personnel. So we've got some virtual team members that are 1099, but their monthly kind of payroll, if you will, is pretty predictable. And so that goes into our payroll expense. So we've got our fixed expense that are kind of non-personnel, and then we've got our personnel expense, and then we've got that percentage expense. What the heck is percentage expense? Well, our coaches will get compensated based on the number of people that are actually in the groups. And so that way you can look at it as kind of a percentage or commission basis, but that's their compensation will be based on the people who are in the groups. And so based on that, what it does is it changes per member. And so you've got to write that out as well. There may be some expenses that change per member. So what we know are the fixed expenses. We know the fixed personnel expenses. What we know per person are these kind of commission percentages. And we add all that up, and we make sure that within that spreadsheet, what we've done is we've put variables for the number of members that are in that group and the number or the price point. So if you said $1,500 and you said, well, what if we only did $1,300 or $1,000 or whatever your price point is? And if it's a one-time or if it's monthly recurring, you build that into your pro forma. So that way you can change the number of quantity just in case you go higher or lower, and you can change the number of price point just in case you go higher and lower. But what you know is your fixed expenses every month before you even brought a heroic client into the program or the service. This is what it's going to cost us to run. And then you also know how many members do we have to have just to get back to even. You know, there are times I wish running a business was free and that everything on top was raw profit. But the reality is that's not the case. It's not the case for our business. It's not the case for your business. And so you've got to think thoughtfully and prospectively, and that's what a pro forma is. And so it sounds high science. It sounds like big time finance and all that, but it's really not. It's really simple. You come up with a quantity number, a price point number, and you make sure that your calculations in your spreadsheet can change for that. Now, if you're like totally overwhelmed, like, Scott, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh my gosh, no problem. We can help you with that. If you just go to 4stepstobusinessfreedom.com and you can check out our 4 Steps to Business Freedom coaching program. We can actually help you through that entire process so you can see that laid out. So you can begin to prospectively budget on what things actually cost. You can also set your budget, set your vision, your mission, your values, job roles, org charts, all those things you need to run a business. You can get it right there on the 4 Steps to Business Freedom within the Business on Purpose platform. Just go to 4stepstobusinessfreedom.com and we'll see you right here next time on the Business on Purpose podcast.